I'll go through the list and tell you how. Okay? So I'm going to raise your hand. Don't look at me at all. Okay? You're at attention.
I'll play. Everybody take 5 seconds.
Round of play. Take a second to push your chairs in the same height your chair. Push your chair and round of play. Round of play. 30 seconds.
Semester hasn't even been that great.
You don't accept that just
Don't be looking around. Stop smiling up there. You guys are attention. Don't look around. I'll catch you guys. I'm scared.
When you are wearing a belt, I would check whether it's all your belt or not. Okay? Your hair. always means I hope they have short color hair.
It's a little bit long.
Now, so your hairs are falling out. Pretty much stuck to your head. That's just you're welcome. Okay? You didn't know that. Facial hair, then you have your shirt. You wear the required shirt. So no one's there. You're not wearing any white, so nothing's there. Can't just slap. No rips or tears.
Bravo Flags will not be having flag details on Monday, so if you signed up for the flag detail on Monday, do not show up. It is a Labor Day, so enjoy your weekend. It's going to be a 3-day weekend, but I do have a flag detail roster today.
Turn your seats, please.
So I'll pass it around.
GSC, at this time, you may start on your word knowledge test. You have 5 minutes right now.
Go. It's done.
What about snacks? Do you want a couple? I really like to play Blades He basically has some it's working ourselves. It's basically by unit. So if I had a unit of some numbers, then I had it's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I
One minute remaining. All right, that's time. And did you test your flight commanders?
Pass your test to the left.
200s, you have to wait finish your FTN test, take an extra minute and a half. And flight commanders, pick that up.
You're welcome. It's a little tight. If you do have time. I've also taken because you know how you work. Just to set it.
All right, that's time. So at this time, everyone get out a blank sheet of paper and a pen.
Does anyone have that paper?
Including PLC. Good, everybody.
Alright, so the email was sent out before school started that said, please read the LLab syllabus, there will be a quiz week 2, and this is that quiz. So, we'll go ahead and start on that. And everyone see the screen up. Okay, if you can't, then you need to move to these back rows right here if you can't see it. Yes, yes, yes. You can use any writing utensil. Except the crayon. Except the crayon.
You're only asking crayon.
Speaking of, I should have this. You want to split this one in half? I feel like they won't move.
All right, has everyone finished the first 3 questions? I'm just going to scroll down to the top. Does everyone get on that? Does everyone complete that to number 4? Good. All right, scrolling down. If not, who has not completed number 4? All right. Everyone good? Yes, no? Speak for everyone. All right, 5, 6, and 7. Has everyone completed up to number 6? Yeah. Just raise your hand if you have not completed that. So, next time. Has everyone completed 7 and 8? Raise your hand if you have not. Okay, scroll down. Has anyone not completed 9, 10, and 11? All right, please continue working. Put your name on that and your flight, and pass it to your flight commanders.
Don't pass it in yet, it's great, that way we can save flight commanders a lot of time.
What is, what, I don't see any question.
So number 1 is C, 80%.
Circle is wrong. First test of integrity.
Number 2 is A, true.
So that means even if you miss an LLab and you're above 80%, you still have to make up the objectives. So we still need to know why you missed and when you missed, and then Tom will set up a time for you to either watch the video or complete those objectives. So that's important.
Number 3 is D, black shorts and white shirt. Number 4 is also D, all of the above. Number 5 is A. 6 is also A. 7 is C. 8 is B. 9 is it all or just one? Sorry. 9 is B, C, and D. 10 is B. 11 is B. And 12 is C.
All right, questions on those?
Yes.
How many of them?
Number 7 is C.
Can you go back up to the question?
Which one?
The 7, number 7?
7.
All these were verbatim out of the syllabus. The reason I did syllabus test is because a lot of you guys probably didn't even read the syllabus, and there's a lot of good information in it. I know it's really thick compared to a lot of syllabi, but it's that way so that you have it as a reference to go back to. If you know the topics that are in there, and you forget about what the uniform is, you forget about what the reporting period is, or any of that stuff, it's in there for a reference for you. So keep it handy. You know, it'll answer a lot of your questions. You won't have to go to your flight commanders to answer. So go ahead and pass those in. Flight commanders, you don't select them. You can use them for some point system this week if you want. Speak up, stand up. Lie down, lie down. Yeah, so the question was which ones are not acceptable. So it's not acceptable to invite, like if I invite you over for a barbecue and nobody else is coming. That's not acceptable. If we say we're having a detachment barbecue at Colonel Cranston's house, that would be acceptable. Everybody's
Not how you
going
read it?
to detachment function.
See, I got the GPA one wrong. I
The
said
answer
2.5.
was B,
That's
C,
a
and
2.
D are
I'm pretty sure
unacceptable.
it's 2.5.
A would be acceptable.
Oh, non-contact. I don't know.
Any other questions on what those statements were or what they meant? This is important stuff, that's why it is a test. So if you don't understand it, I'd rather clarify it now than you get in trouble later.
So next we have Cadet Conley with the Cadets Against Drunk Driving brief.
You haven't even done anything and you're getting a clap. What's up with that?
Molecular here. Good afternoon, Captain Moffett. Good afternoon, fellow GNC cadets. I'm Cadet Conley. I'm working with you today over Cadets Against Drunk Driving program that we just started here at the TAP 670. Overview, what is CAD? Why are we doing it? Rules and safety, and how to volunteer. What is it? It's a cadet brand program that we just started this year. One of it is preventing drinking and driving. This is non-affiliated, it's 100% cadet volunteer and cadet made program. So, why should you volunteer? It produces wingmanship, which is sacrificing one's own time to benefit somebody else. Pretty much learning how to be a wingman. It's a really important deal in the Air Force. Leadership, leading from the front. If you're as POC, that are 400, it's already volunteering your time and their weekends for this program. So they're being leaders by doing that. And at the same time, it's good mentorship. And awareness is to help lower traffic accidents and to prevent any type of alcohol-related incident in the detachment. If there is an alcohol-related incident, more than likely you will be removed. Rules and safety regulations. Alright, this is important. This program is known as active service. So you can't pregame at your house, call the program, have them come pick you up, take you to the game, take you to the bar, take you to a house party. That's not what this is for. This is for pick you up in a situation that you didn't intend to be in, and then be taken home. Home is home. It's not a friend's house, it's not Burger King, it's not Whataburger. Anything you think of. Home is where your bed is and where you pay your rent, and that's where you're going. Wingman role. The reason we're going to have 2 volunteers is because sexual assault, sexual harassment is a really big deal right now. Okay? We don't need any type of sober cadet taking advantage of an intoxicated cadet. It's just protecting the drivers and the passengers. Okay? It's very important to remember. Anti-reputation of alcohol. This is pretty simple. 0 tolerance. Okay? That means do not get in the vehicle with no container, closed container, drugs. It doesn't matter what it is. Nothing in the car. Again, we're protecting our drivers. All right? This is their time. They're volunteering. They don't need to be going and get in trouble by the local PD because you have an open container vehicle. Here's some reasons why not to do it. An obvious one is it's dangerous. Hey, don't drink and drive. There's fatalities every day by doing it. Okay? You're not risking your own personal safety. You're risking everyone else's around you. All right. And then, as you see here, the average total cost for your first CUI is over $10,000. Okay, we got school to pay for it. All right, and you're in a program that gets you as a commissioned officer. More than likely, like I said earlier, don't be here to get a DUI, to get underage drinking. Don't be silly. How to volunteer? Contact one of us 3, myself, Cadet Conley, Cadet Tremarian, go to raise your hand, Cadet Tremarian, and Cadet Martinez. And also, the volunteer is walking over here. Yes, thank you. Anderson. Sorry. Just contact us if there's any questions afterwards that you're afraid to ask. In front of everybody, get with one of us afterwards, and we'll get you the answer. So far, we have 19 volunteers. And these are all volunteers, 200, 300, 400s. And some of them don't even know about it yet, so there's going to be more signing up. All right, what we need is 100s and 250s now to fill in the second slots. Okay, this is great mentorship time. Ask us about the Air Force, ask us about Detachment 670. Get to know your peers, type of thing, okay? What we talked about, what is the program, why is it important, our rules and regulations, and how to volunteer. This concludes my briefing. Do you have any questions?
Got orders from class. What times will you be volunteering?
Thank you. Outstanding question. Times will be from 2200, which is 10 p.m. to 0230, 2:30 in the morning. Reason for this: the bar close at 0200. And it gives people plenty of time to get it right. Yes, Deb.
Would it be counted as service hours?
Yes. I personally talked to the Cherokee Nation, and she said as long as I get it approved and someone signs off on it higher than me, and this is considered, this will go to my scholarship.
No, enough. Like, what will the cadets be waiting when they're waiting to pick up other cadets?
For the time being, this is going to be your discretion. How we did the active duty Air Force is everyone who was volunteering, you got together, you hung out, studied, played video games, watched TV. So you're both right there. I'm going to have a Go phone. I'm going to buy a Go phone for the program, put so many minutes on it. There's going to be one number. Everyone's going to have one number, so there's no confusion at any time. There's not going to be every week someone different, some new number, okay? Good question. But I'm sorry to reiterate on that. But it's going to be at your discretion. So you need to be in contact with that person because you can't pick someone up without having them with you. Yes?
There's something certified, because would you think that hanging out with Dad, would that be a feasible place, like such a location?
This is something we've thought about, but we have yet to bring it to Cadre's attention. So we're gonna focus on that after this. We want to get volunteers first, and then we're gonna try and implement something. Okay. Thank you. Good question. Yes.
Yeah, Nelson, show the pipe. If they're underage, do we like report that up in the chain of command, or do we? What's our? How do we go about that?
We talked about this before LLab started. I'm gonna have to get back with you on that.
Shut up and sit down.
So there's some things we need to go over, protocols, and keep people from getting in trouble in at the beginning level, precinct level. They have careers. You're already past that field training, so we want to make sure everyone's taken care of right now. Let me get back with you on that, and I'll let you know something on that, okay?
It's a good question. We're going to discuss it. The key is, it's better for you to get in trouble later than to get dead right away. So call and get a ride. We'll deal with the other stuff later if we have to, if it gets to that point. But it's better for you to get home safe than to not get home at all. That's what I tell my kids. You know?
By just not drinking underage. Just don't do that.
Still legal. All right. Any other questions? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Cadet Conway. Up next, we have Cadet Henderson with the help of wellness brief.
All right, good afternoon, Captain Buffett. Good afternoon, fellow cadets. I'm Cadet Henderson, and like he said, I'll be giving your health and wellness. So what I'm going to go over in this briefing, I'm going to talk very quickly about the physical fitness assessment, PFA. I'm going to talk about some healthy habits you guys can have on campus and around campus, as well as some workouts you guys can do outside of the required PT that we have, as well as just some quick reminders about PT, just in general. So the physical fitness assessment. These are the requirements for it. You guys can look it up in the AFI 36-2905 if you need to. Pretty much just talks about body composition. You have to be within a certain height and weight. Making sure weight's got to be within regs for your height. So if you guys need to, you guys can look that up. PFA is going to be administered by our cadre. It's going to be organized by the cadets. And you guys will be at locations and times when that rolls around. Don't be worried about that right now. So the assessment is going to consist of push-ups, sit-ups, and a 1.5 mile run. Just make sure you guys are learning how to do proper push-ups, proper sit-ups. I know we haven't done a whole lot in the morning PTs yet, but we will, and focusing on that. Basically, how you guys do in those minutes worth of push-ups and sit-ups, and how you guys do on the run is going to be based on what your score is. And we'll show you guys all that as well later on in the semester. And like I said, just proper techniques for each exercise is going to be really important to learn in the beginning, so you're not having to rush and learn it in the end. And along with this, in between each of the sessions of the PFA, between the sit-ups and the push-ups, you guys are going to have 3 minutes rest. And then normally it's a little bit more of a break for the run just because we're trying to shuffle in and out a bunch of cadets. So this is just a little funny picture to make you guys laugh. But seriously, the guy on the left is doing a really nice push-up. So make sure you guys learn how to do that. If you have any questions, talk to POC, 200s. They'll be sure to help you out. So dieting and healthy habits. This campus is a little bit different than all the other campuses, at least I visited when I was looking for schools. We don't really have dining halls, so we just got fast food restaurants in our student union. There are some good places to eat in our student union as well. Jamba Juice is a really good one. It's kind of like a meal replacement shake. But then I know I normally eat at Red Earth Kitchen. They normally cook some home-cooked meals. They're always great. If you guys are living off campus or have refrigerators, microwaves, eat white meats, eat the rainbow, and hydrate. Hydrate is probably the biggest thing I can talk about right now, just because it's still hot outside. You guys will be hydrating all day long. Make sure you guys are getting sufficient calories when you guys are eating. Includes carbs, proteins, and vitamins. Like I said, eat the rainbow. Try to stick away from fast foods. This is college. You guys are going to have to sometimes grab a hamburger from McDonald's. But just try to stick away from it as much as you can, because it'll hurt you when you have to go to PT the next morning. You had a Big Mac the night before. Some sleeping habits. Also, this is college. You guys may not get 7 to 10 hours every night because you may have to tell you for something. But try for it. Strive for it, okay? And with that, if you guys are getting 8 hours of sleep right now, try to do that for the entire semester. It'll help you so much. You want to know. So, this is why I'm going to this. Basically, this slide is just don't do anything that can potentially hurt you. If you're training outside of PT, we're not going to do anything that's going to try to hurt you in PT. So just remember that. Some extra exercises you guys can do outside of PT. If you're going to go to Colvin, maybe work out some ice for ROTC. Work on sprints. Work on distance running out around Boomer Lake. Weight training. Not every day's a girl day, all right, guys? So make sure you guys are kind of focusing on high repetitions and low weight too. So all of our, during the PFA, we're pretty much going to be focused on how many you can do in a minute, how many steps you can do in a minute. All right, so focus on doing high reps and low weight. And also, do extra push-ups and sit-ups in your dorm room or whatever. So just make sure you guys are practicing what you guys need to be doing for that. This is a little sample weight training routine. There are a lot of weight training routines out there. Don't follow the one on the right. Not my routine. But you know, Monday chest and back, Tuesday legs, pretty much. Just break it up. I don't have to go through everything. Just make sure you're not repeating the same muscle groups day after day after day. You're going to get muscle fatigue and failure if you're going to be doing the PFA. Some quick reminders that we've seen during PT. Make sure if you guys don't have a uniform yet, that you guys are wearing black shorts and a white shirt. Make sure you guys have them tucked in. Also with your shoelaces, make sure those are tucked into your shoes. You've seen a lot of that. This is just to reiterate what Cadet McNally said last week. PTs are Tuesday and Thursday mornings from 06:30 to 07:30 at Colvin. When you guys walk into Colvin, you'll check in, walk down the stairs, and you'll go to the basketball gym in the back left. Okay? And then in the afternoons, it's on Monday and Wednesday from 16:30 to 17:30 at the cross-country course. If you don't know where that is, I'm not going to try to explain it right now, but come up after LLab, and I'll be more than happy to explain it to you. And this is just a reminder, too, to make sure that you guys sign in. If you don't sign in, you weren't there, and I can't do anything after you've already signed those sheets. I can't change anything. And then real quickly, I'm going to talk about these little sheets, or like these little stand cards that we got today. Just make sure you guys hold on to these. I'm going to say right now that we probably can't make copies of these, just so that you guys can hold on to them. We're not really sure where we're going to put them yet on the ID. Okay.
It's on the back of the ID, towards the bottom, center.
Bottom, center.
Opposite side of the magnetic strip, obviously. Don't put it on the magnetic strip.
Yeah, so then essentially what these are going to do is this is going to be your check-in. Me or Cadet Knight will have a little scan thing that we will do before PT.
There's something to try to find. Has it been tested with the barcode that they
Yes,
it has been, yes.
Your card will still work with this barcode on there also. Like this.
If you guys have any questions about that later, don't hesitate to come up and ask them. So in summary, what I talked about the physical fitness assessment, just a quick overview of that. I talked about some dieting and healthy habits that you can have around campus and in Stillwater. We talked about some workouts that you guys can try outside of our required PT, as well as just some quick reminders that you guys are showing some PT. That concludes my routine. Are there any questions? Yes.
Then Anderson, you mentioned Eat the Rainbow, but can you go over that a little more in detail? What exactly?
Yeah, so pretty much it means just like eat fruits and vegetables, anything with colors is really good for you. It's going to have a lot of vitamins and minerals. In saying that, colors aren't good for you. Those are vitamins and minerals. So just make sure you guys are eating the right stuff. If you guys haven't or don't know what a food pyramid is, maybe look at the food pyramid. That'll help you guys out a bunch.
Yes, you mentioned that you're commissioning down to A-line. Where do you find the A-line?
I would talk to your flight commanders about that, and they can help you out with that as well.
Hey, Carl, Charles White, do you recommend taking some kind of pre-workout before going to work out? Going to PT.
We're going to PT. I personally do not know. I don't use any type of pre-workout or protein for it, and you're not required to. You're not supposed to take it before PT as well. So.
Hey, Billy F. Could you reiterate the importance of drinking water throughout the day, not only just drinking water when you get to PT?
Thank you. I was also going to say, so like you said, make sure you guys are drinking water all the way throughout the day. So from the time you wake up to the time you're at PT, you should still be drinking water, right? In saying that, that's really easy to do when you guys have an afternoon PT, but it's a little bit harder to do when you guys are coming right in the morning. Make sure you guys are hydrating before you go to bed. Make sure right when you wake up, take a glass of water with you or take a bottle of water with you to the gym. Maybe try to drink half of it or 3/4 of it, all right? It's going to be good for you, and it's going to help you when you're actually doing the workout. It'll help you so we don't have people being sick or just making sure that you can finish the workout. So, any other questions?
All right, on the barcode sign-in thing, this is new this year. We're figuring out the process, so everybody be flexible. For the next few weeks, we'll be doing a dual sign-in, so you'll scan in, but you'll also sign in, or your flight commander will sign you in to make sure that everybody's accounted for. Once we're confident it's working, then we'll go strictly to the scanner. Once that happens, or probably next week, there's going to be one entrance and one entrance only for this building, so that as you come through the door, you're accounted for. You're not going to be piling on top of somebody trying to get your ID scanned. So you scan it when you come in and don't get it scanned, then you're absent. Same thing for PT. You know, don't try to pile on top of the BIPOs because they're the only ones with the scanner. Make it an orderly thing. Show up early enough that you can get scanned in. If we're starting PT late because you're showing up right at 6:30, then I'm going to tell them to start PT and you just don't get to sign in. You need to be there in time to get signed in and, you know, be ready to go.
I have one last thing to say too. If you guys happen to miss a PT, you guys need to write a memo to me, and then I will send it up the chain. Or if you miss afternoon PT, you're more than welcome to send it that night and we'll send it up to Executive Nelly. If you guys have questions about writing a memo, or talk to me after this, I can give you a little template. Yes. Yes, maybe, because we might use them for LLab check-ins.
Ken Taylor, Charlie Flight. Just real quick, can I have all the crosstowns meet me after LLab wherever we're at?
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Cadet Anderson. Up next, we have Cadet Taylor with the STP brief.
Good afternoon, Captain Moffitt. Good afternoon, Attachment 670. I'm Cadet Taylor, as most of you already know, and today I'll be talking to you about STP. So, we're going to go over today what is STP, how to start it, and then a couple of incentives for you guys on why you would want to do something like this. So, first and foremost, STP stands for Standardized Training Program. It's basically a booklet, and it's going to have all the information you need to basically succeed as a GMC. It's going to have your warrior knowledge, it's going to have drill and ceremonies that's covered in hinge drill, all that stuff. We're also, a new addition will be for the 200s, is we're going to add in squadron marching and stuff like that. It's going to help you guys out because it's going to prepare you more for field training, whereas past couple years we haven't been as prepared with squadron marching, but you know, We're going to help you out. You guys will eventually be quizzed over it. I'll get on to that later. How to start it. So next week, all of you will find, all the GMC at least, will find STP packets in your mailboxes. Basically, like I said, it's going to have everything in it you need. Go ahead, just flip through it real quick, look through it. It'll have all the working knowledge. You'll be quizzed over for the whole semester if you want to try and get ahead and stuff like that. So the new grading system, 100, you'll be still on the same grading system, which is pretty simple. It's just like getting to know the basics and stuff like that. 200s, you'll be expected to know a little bit more, be a little bit more in depth, maybe squadron marching included, a couple of diagrams, a little bit more in depth. It's going to be a progressive system. So when you first start it, you're going to report in really quickly, and they're going to basically review everything you need to know. As far as grading, what you need to know for next report in, they'll give you a sheet on what you need to know. Any POC you can report into. So anybody with the black ranks, you can report into, and they'll be able to grade you on it. You will report into the mission support group office. Does everybody know where that's at? Raise your hand if you don't know where it's at. All right, so mission support group office, if you're in the conference room in the cadet lounge, if you just walk down the hallway towards the end to go to like Tech Sergeant Vientos, second door on your left. All right, so the point system will be 0 to 5 points, 0 being marginal and 5 being outstanding. Basically, you're graded on how well you report in, how well you know your knowledge and what you're quizzed over for the report in, stuff like that. You can redo it. So if you get like a 0, you can redo it and get a 5, whatever. Now to the important stuff. Incentives, why do you want to do this? It's a fast track to learn everything GMC related that you will be required to know for field training. And then there will also be gift cards for the first 3 to 4 people who complete it. So it may take a little bit of time, but if you complete it fast and faster than everybody else, it also goes towards your honor flight for the semester, and then you also get 25, 15, maybe a $10 gift card. Any questions? Yes, Dad Richie.
Yeah, Richie, up flight cadet Taylor, how do you make an appointment with POC?
Honestly, if there's a POC up the detachment, you can just ask them. And I'm sure they'll be more than happy to have you. More than happy to help you. Just ask them if you can report into them for your first STP report in, your second, your third, whatever. Yes, go ahead.
After set out flight, do you recommend them reporting into the same POC during the whole process or switching it up?
Negative. You will not be able to report in the same POC throughout the whole process. We're going to limit it to 2 report-ins for STP with the same person. Kiddo,
Out to flight, is there a minimum amount of points you have to get for each report in?
Yes, there will be a minimum amount of points. At the end of the semester, whoever has the top amount of points will be rack and stack, and that will go towards your honor flight. So to complete it all, you're basically going to need a 3 at each stage to move on. Any other questions? All right, that concludes my briefing.
Next, we have Cadet Merrill with the Arnold Air Society brief.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Cadet 670. I am Cadet Merrill, and today I'll be briefing you over on their society. We're on a time crunch, so I'm going to breeze through this pretty quickly. All right. Arnold Air Society is primarily a professional honorary service organization advocating the support of airspace power. We focus on serving our detachment, our community, and aid in the development of effective Air Force officers. Our primary focus is community service, giving back to those less fortunate than us or giving back to those in need. In addition to that, we give back a lot to the detachment. So things like the flagpole we do flag retreats on, the big giant boxy TV in the det lounge, we help provide the funds for that. So a lot of the fundraising we do through Arnold Air gets put back into the detachment. All right, these are just some quotes I was going to go through here from people who did Arnold Air, but we don't really have the time. If you'll notice Cadet Worley right there, he came in as an AS-250 last year. So basically that means he has to learn in 1 year what most of us learn in 2 years before he goes off to field training. He had a huge number of obstacles in his way, and he came in last year not knowing anything. Now he is the Bravo Flight Deputy Flight Commander. He made it quite a ways, and if you ask him, he'll attribute a lot of that success to Arnold Air Society. We're going to have a lot more information for you on Tuesday after enhanced drill at 1700. So any questions you have now or anything like that, just come to this. There will be pizza provided, so even if you aren't interested in community service, you can get free pizza. So I won't be taking any questions because we're on time. Thank you all.
If you do have questions, don't hesitate to ask them after class.
Yep.
So at this time, please gather up your things and we'll be heading over to the attachment parking lot. Alpha flight will go out first so that we're not gagging.
Use the guide on so you're not behind them. Start, use the first element, second, third, so on and so forth. And you only want 3 elements. So an element is like, this is element 1, element 2, and element 3. Just like FPT. So this is what you do when you fall in as a flight. The formation you're in right now is called line formation, because you're in a line. The other formations you'll have is column formation, which would be if you're facing that way, then you'd be able to march in a column. Then you have inverted line, which is just backwards this way, and inverted columns the other way. Go ahead and be at ease right now. You can just instruct you guys. So we're in this formation. The way you stand is you can over to your right. So there's something called dress right dress. I call dress right dress. Basically what you want to be is 40 inches between the person in front of you and the person beside you. You want to be able to like do this, the person in front of you and beside you, and be about an arm's length away, not touching them, but not too far away. So everyone go ahead and try that in your right spots. There you go. So whenever we line up for CT or for something like this, and I say fall in, and this is how you fall in. Does that make sense? So everyone just go ahead and like take a few steps around, move around, and then if I get the command fall in, then you want to fall back in that spot. Charlie flight, fall in! Good, good. Let's try. Good. And whenever I say fall in, you add attention. So you go over the attention real quick. Whenever you add attention, if you had a hinge drill, you should have already covered this, but some of you weren't. So your feet will be 45 degrees apart. Your hands will be cupped as if you're holding a roll of quarters. So if you can see, it's not like a fist. Your thumbs are pointed down, and it's like you're holding a roll of quarters. And your thumbs, if you have a seam on your pants, if you're wearing jeans, you do. We don't have seams, but it's as if you're like pinching the seam on your pants. It's straight down. And then you want your arms straight. You don't want any windows right here, so your arms are pinned back. And then one of the biggest things to make you look best is your shoulders. They have to be up, back, and down. So everyone go ahead right now and bring your shoulders up, back, and then down. So it shouldn't necessarily be comfortable when you're pinned to your side like this. Tension of tension. And then your eyes will be caged forward. They're supposed to be staring, I think it's like 10 degrees above the horizon, but it's just straight forward, straight face, not looking around. So if I'm walking around right here and you're at attention, you shouldn't be looking at me. Your eyes should be caged forward no matter what. That make sense? Okay, go and get at ease. Next we'll talk about some facing movements. So if we're falling as the flight, or you're at attention and I want to move you guys around, I have to give you commands to do it. So commands will be a right face, left face, and about face. So if I were to give you a right face, Cadet Conley, you want to come up and demonstrate one real quick? Right face. Okay, so the command when I say it is haste. It makes it sound louder. So I'll say right haste. And when I do that, you're going to, when you're turning to that side, you will put your weight onto the heel of that foot and turn and then bring it back. And then, so you're good, Cadet Conley, thank you. Everyone go ahead and try that real quick. Trying to get the idea? You're going to put the weight on your heel of the foot you're turning towards and the toe of the other foot. Does that make sense to everyone? So let's go ahead and fall back in facing me, and then we'll try it as a flight. So everyone should turn the same way. And the left face will be the exact same thing the other way. So I'll go ahead and try it for you and see how we look. Charlie flight, fall in. Right, haste. Left, haste. Very good, very good. And then about face is the harder one. So when you do an about face, you want to turn 180 degrees instead of just 90 degrees. So the way you're going to do that is you put your right foot behind you and a little bit to the left. And then, so I'll call about face, and you do this, and then you basically spin on the toe behind you and the heel in front, and spin around and bring your heels together. This one's a lot harder and needs a lot more practice to do. So once you get it, it's really not that bad. So toe behind you, and then spin together on the toe and the heel. Does that make sense? So I'll go ahead and give that command. About pace. Good. And you always spin to your right whenever you do that. About pace. Good. Any questions about that? Awesome. So I'll just go ahead and give those commands a few times. Go and keep practicing. Cadet Owings, if you want to keep an eye on people, and if you see someone who needs a little help, you can help them. So I'm just going to give those commands over and over again until we get comfortable with it. Okay. Right. Pace. If you go to enhanced notice after a while, you get used to it.
That was quick. I think that was
We're clear.
Sorry, but I don't think I can drive on that.
I've driven one before. The command for saluting is present arms. But you don't say arms because that, it's execution command, so you say it from your diaphragm, and it comes out as humps. Present humps. And then to put down a salute, the command is order arms. And when you're giving commands, you never want to be giving a command from this position. You always give commands from the position of attention. So if you notice during the telemetry, when I told you to order arms, I didn't say order arms, I put mine down first to give the command. So that's something to keep in mind if you're in hard or if you're leading a full flight. Always give commands from the position of attention. Falling in a flight, that counts toward the position of attention. So let's try it. Present arms. Good. At this time, we're gonna have some POC just walking around.
All right, so this GLP, it's called thinking outside the box. A few of you 200s might have done it before. So, the directions. So, one of you will be the leader of this GLP, and you must navigate your flight through the booby trap grid. There is a bomb, and there's one path to get through this to the other side, and you have to figure that one out. There's a bomb in a certain squares. Grid is highly sensitive to reckless movement, so using concise drill movements while navigating is a must. Only 3 cadets may be in the maze at a time. If a cadet steps on the wrong space or fails to use proper drill movements, they must return to the end of the line. The exercise is complete when the entire flight has moved through the grid successfully. Does anybody have any questions? Everybody understand that? Yes, cadet.
Grant, did you say that only the GLP leader can talk?
Yes. Everybody else cannot talk. Only the leader can talk.
Also, if you're moving around, it's very sensitive. If it will blow you up, you will start over. Shouldn't let that thing super down.
Yep. You have a 10-minute time limit on this to get everyone through.
Okay, Brent, can my deputy talk?
No. He can if you die.
Deputy, everyone line up at this first square. We're going to do it systematically. No, this first square. Oh, I thought that's what we're trying to get.
Sorry, yeah.
This is the first square?
Yep.
All right, so everyone line up here, and we're just going to see which one we can get into, and we're going to go forward as much as possible until we have to turn. All right, forward one. Forward. You're dead. Was this one a bomb?
No, the first one is, it's okay.
Forward. Left face.
No, first base is not the two.
Forward. Right face. Forward. You're dead. Left. Forward. Forward. Right face. Forward. You're dead. Left face. Step on forward. 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 Right. Forward. You're dead. Right face. Forward. Can selfers may I ask a question? Can we step diagonally? You can try. Left face. Forward. Right face. Forward. Right face. Forward. Boom. Okay, forward. Right face. Forward. Right face. Forward. Left face. Forward. Right face. Forward. Forward. Right face. Forward. You're on the line. Boom. Leader, go. Forward. No, you go. Left face, you go. Forward. 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 Right face. Forward. Left face. Forward. Right face. Forward. Forward. Right face. Forward. Forward. Left face. Forward.
Can I get a drink of water? You can go to the deck, get it, or...
Jump right. Next person doing the same thing. Forward. Left face. He's on the safe side now, right? Forward. Forward. You made it. Forward. Not quite. Get to the duct tape. Forward. Right face. Forward. Right face. Forward. Right face. Forward. Forward. Right face. Forward. Right face. Forward. Forward. Forward.
Yeah, that just happened.
Left face. Forward. Left face. Forward. Right face. Forward. I'll follow the same path as in front of you. Forward. Right face. Forward. Left face. Forward. Okay, I'm going to guide you through it and everyone follow once they get it. Forward. You guys. Left face. Forward. 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 Right face. Forward. Left face. Forward. Right face. Forward. Forward. Right face. You think you can have more than 3 at the same time? Yes, sir. Forward. Forward. Left face. Forward. Right face. Forward. Forward. Right face. Forward. Left face. Forward.
Falling.
All right, everyone at ease. Close your eyes right here.
All right.
Taylor.
Crosstowns, don't forget to meet me very briefly after LLab, which is in 1 minute.
Crosstowns also, Dr. Jordan said make sure you're here early next week so that you can get the paperwork done or whatever you need to get done today.
Also, there will be GMC mentoring back in the business building immediately following LLab. Just want to let you guys know.
That's a voluntary thing, you don't have to go, but we had a lot of good discussion.
Next Thursday, September 4th, there will be a Medallions meeting at Vance Air Force Base. It'll be, General Rand will be speaking at 1900, so if you want to go or have any questions, contact me or Colonel Charrington. On September 13th, which is a Saturday, there will be an there will be an air show at Altus Air Force Base. The gates open at 0900, that's 9 a.m., and they close at 1700, 5 p.m. This is entirely voluntary, so if you want to go, just meet up here that morning at 0600. The Thunderbirds are making an appearance, so it'd be great to go. And are there any other last minute announcements? Yes. There is a study going on that is concerning like workout performance while wearing a certain mask to either improve it or, well, hinder it. And if you have any questions about that, please talk to Captain Moffat after lab. If you want to volunteer for it, feel free to do so.
We're looking for 20 volunteers, so you just wear a mask while you're working out. Just email me if you're interested in volunteering for that. We're still getting details on it. It's not us putting it on. It's another graduate student program. But if you're interested in volunteering for something like that and see what it's all about, email me the names and I'll forward them on up.
All right. Any other last minute announcements? Yes.
You mentioned the ops orders up there.
Yes. The ops orders are now posted in the cadet lounge, so people who aren't getting emails or have trouble getting them, you can check up there for your ops orders to see the UOD, the uniform of the day, and what we're doing for lab. Anything else? Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so everyone now should have your barcode on the back of your ID. If you don't, go ahead and get that on the back of your ID where it's supposed to go, and make sure you're bringing that starting next week to your very first PT session, or you'll be counted absent if you don't have your ID to scan it. So make sure that's always on you to scan when you're coming in to anything, a PT or LLab, anything that attendants are taking. So make sure you have it.
Any other last minute announcements? All right, this concludes the second LLab. Dead 670! Dismiss!